Hello, hello, my beautiful Aries. This is your general tarot and oracle card forecast for the week of March the 9th to the 15th. Quickly pushing through the month of March, anticipating a breakthrough of spring and good news and changes that can be positive. Let's see what your download message is and the theme of your reading. You've been given solitude. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we have here. Alrighty. Okay. What do you need to see, know, and expect? Spirit and guides for my beautiful Aries. What do they need to see, know, and expect this week? Alrighty. Wow, I'm taking that because it flipped up. Alright, Six of Wands, victory. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. In the focus part of the reading, you have the gift card, the Six of Pentacles, the Hangman, and you've been given the Knight of Cups, followed by the Strength card in the center position with the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. All right. Coming in next, messages from Spirit and your guides, the Three of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Swords. You've had that a lot, throughout these last few months. Coming in at the end, high note, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Wands. Very good. Okay, starting off, you've been given the card Solitude. And I think that you're in a position right now that you want to be quiet. You want to be shutting out the noise of the world. You may be seeking solitude as well in the near future, where you don't want to be involved in a lot of chatter, a lot of excitement, a lot of media, a lot of noise. So solitude is where we take ourselves to put ourselves in that place of peace and harmony. Also spirituality, stepping into that. I see that this will be a year for you moving forward in your future, Aries, where you will be tapping into higher self and more spirituality than you have ever thought you would. This is going to be a time of grace and gratitude. So beautiful, beautiful card. Coming in with your first card, you've been given the card Rewards, Life or Career, and it says you are cashing in on all the good work you've done. Raises, bonuses, and prosperity are coming in. Keep going and keep growing. So if you've been working hard at your job, your career, your business, you're going to see a return and rewards for that hard work, getting recognized for who you are and your capabilities and the talent you have therein. Coming in with that, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and that, as I said, that's Six of Wands. So the Seven of Pentacles is lots of choices and decisions, feeling almost overwhelmed and overburdened with them. However, you're doing the right thing. What you're doing is you're planting your seeds, and you've made up your mind that this is what you're going to do. This is your choice you've made. But you're wondering why you're not seeing the return or, heard back or whatever the case is yet. You're not seeing the rewards coming in fast enough for your liking. This is a card of patience. This is a card that says you've done everything right. It's, small wins are wins, my friend. The Queen of Pentacles comes in, and that is a card of having a green thumb like her, being able to plant your seeds, but being patient, knowing that everything has a gestation period. Rome wasn't built in a day, and anything worthwhile is worth working on and waiting for. Also, this is a card of communicating and getting along with children in the family circle, or maybe issues that you might be doing and sharing with pets. Also, she's into the environment. She's also astute businesswoman. The Six of Wands says victory after hard work and struggle. So you will see the rewards coming in for what you've planted here, what you've done, the time you've paid, the effort you put in. You will see victory coming in, getting almost public recognition, seeing things in the media, maybe hearing things on social, out there, in the universe. People are talking, and it's going to be a reason to celebrate you. It's like you've been given liberation and freedom at the same time. Coming in with your focus part of the reading, which could be your career and money, you've got the Buddha. And the Buddha says life purpose more than money, spiritual wealth, and your career could involve counselor, being guided, and you're on the divine path. So picking and choosing what you love to do and being passionate about it will keep you moving forward, will give you a life purpose. Some of you may be involved in something that you absolutely love, and getting paid is just a bonus. I always said, if we can pick and choose our career, the one that we love the most, going to work won't be a burden. But going to work and getting paid is a bonus because we love it. Spiritual wealth coming in, I said that, you're going to be tapping into that more. You have the ability to teach, preach, and convey information to other people, which could lead you to becoming a counselor of some sort. Or maybe some of you already are. Perhaps life coaches and things like that. You know that if you stay on course, this is your passion. This is a divine path for you. It was orchestrated to be that way. The Knight of Cups comes in, the Hangman comes in, and the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of, message coming in the form of an invitation to go to some type of an event. That could be a wedding or an engagement party, a love type of event. But this could also be somebody who comes in, a water sign, possibly Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or water in their, they're mutable. This is a card that says this person can come in and literally sweep you off your feet and have you fall madly in love with them. However, they could also be bringing something to the table of life for you, something that gets your creative juices and your curiosity flowing, that could make you love what they bring to the table of life as well. Coming in next, you have the Hangman. You may be feeling as though you're still in limbo, hanging in limbo, and things aren't moving too quickly as of yet. But it's your time to look at things from a broader, wider perspective. When we have time on our hands, and it gives us time to think. It gives us time to do self-reflection. It gives us time to think about what it is we want to do when we do get out and we're free to hit the ground running. The Six of Pentacles is that beautiful card of generosity and gift giving, but I call it the gift card. This is a card of push-pull, negotiations back and forth, and maybe, somebody, you're going to receive something in the form of a gracious gift, and it could be in the form of time, effort, support, love, and maybe even something like money. It could be a windfall, it could be a raise, a bonus, a remittance, a refund, an inheritance, something coming in, somebody graciously leaving you something and giving you something. Some of you may be wanting to give to the less fortunate yourself. You could be getting involved in non-profit organizations to give to people who are in need. Coming in the center position, your help hurdle or your challenge, you've been given freedom of location, and it's got the crown, and the crown says crowning achievements, even better than money jars. These represent freedom and mastery. We love that word of freedom. A truly prosperous life is one with freedom to travel and freedom to live in the locations you desire. So you may be choosing a different location to live. You could be moving and relocating somewhere different than you were in, or your location where you are now. This is the card of ultimate freedom. Okay, freedom of the location where you are and moving on to a beautiful new one. Coming in with that, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Strength card. So two very different, but the Page of Pentacles brings us good news about material things in our life, and the Page of Wands brings an idea to the Page of Life. And this is saying that you're going to feel you have more freedom and more liberation than you ever thought you would. This is getting you going. It could be something that you had been thinking about, looking at from a different perspective, and now you've got the freedom to go out and go after it. And it may bring you the good news of money. We talked about the gift card. You could be hearing about the good news about money, but you may be trying to make that money. You may be out there pounding the pavement, doing the groundwork, maybe going back to school, taking a new form of study, something to put on your resume to elevate you up in that next tax bracket of higher income. The Strength card, standing in your strength, not allowing yourself to waver or fall back. This is not about 2 steps forward or 1 step forward and 2 steps back. This is about moving forward at a steady pace. This card says beware of any discussions and conversations you could be brought into, or debates. This could create a conversation that you may get caught up in the heat of the moment and say things later on you regret. So bite your tongue, look at the situation from both sides, and be more tolerant, patient, and compassionate. Coming in next, we have release and renew. Embrace the flow of letting go to welcome in renewal, allowing new energy to shape your path. River of release. Drift along the river of release, where waters carry away burdens and guiding towards renewal. Something's going to change here. You're moving in a new direction. You're going to find freedom now, freedom to do and go where you want to go. I think, you're going to be feeling more at ease, like you can go with the flow. You may be becoming more adaptable to the environment around you and acclimating to that. But I do think you're going to be embracing this. You are going to release what you don't need, letting the past go, and you're starting on a beautiful new river of release and renewal. Coming in with that, we have the Seven of Swords, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Three of Swords. So, there could be somebody here who was deceptive, who, the liar, the cheater, the thief, somebody who was only out there for their own selfish agenda. I call this the wolf in sheep's clothing. I think you know who that is. At first it brought some disappointment, and it could have been heartbreak, and it could have been, grief, or, huge disappointment. However, this is a card of saying you've cried your river of tears, you've dealt with all your demons, and now you're on your feet, back in the game of life, stronger and better for this. This is healing through this deception. The High Priestess comes in and says, you've learned to trust your instincts and your gut feelings. You've learned to tap into your intuition. That is your ace in your pocket. This is a card that says when things are unclear, you go ahead and you start doing your deep delving research. And I can see you finding out information and collecting it so that you're able to step up to the plate prepared. Coming in next, at the end of the week, you've been given the beautiful angel number 1616. So 6 and 6 is 12, 13, 14, 4 and 1 is 5. 5 is a number, my life number, but 5 is a number I find of change and challenge, but finding the resources to resolve those. But in this deck, it says recovery. And we talked about healing here with the Three of Swords. It is a confirmation, okay, of mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. All those words I was just using, and they show up here. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it is also an engagement, an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. So stepping out there, you're on your feet, you're back in the game, you've recovered from your past, you've got great potential, and you're adapting to your new environment now of freedom. This is a card of renewal. This is a card of recovery. This is a card of saying, hey, I'm out here and I'm ready to do what I can to pay back. Okay, you're giving back. Now, coming in with that, we talked about the Hangman being slow, but we have the Eight of Wands, which is fast, and we have the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. Wonderful note to finish on. So the momentum's going to pick up. Things might have been slow with the Hangman, but you're now going to see that you're going to have the freedom to hit the ground running. This is fast and busy action. I want to see you pay attention to the solitude when this freedom of being able to go out there and excitement gets to you. Pull back, close the door, and remember just to put your feet up and adapt, okay? But this is a card that says you will be wearing a lot of hats. You will be busy. Momentum's picking up. Be ready for it. Also, you could be booking an airline ticket somewhere. Maybe this is where you're going to find your peace and solitude because these are flying wands. But it is also the card of Cupid, spending and sharing time with one you love. The Hierophant, yes, you're elevating, you're expanding, you're growing, you're bringing and meeting new people that you're going to bring into your friendship circle or your business circle. These are people who have the same faith and beliefs that you do. I do think that you are going through some sort of an enlightenment right now, and you will continue to grow and expand that way. There could be some event that you're being invited to at a church. There could be a wedding, an engagement party, announcement, birth of a baby, baptismal, whatever. The Wheel of Fortune, yes. Good luck, good karma, energy shifts, energy change, and you're getting on that wagon and riding it hard. You're excited now. You have the ability to move forward and know that luck is on your side. Karmic luck, universal force, the divine timing, all of that coming in to bring you success and happiness at this time. Wow, beautiful reading. Well, my beautiful, beautiful Aries, this is your general reading for this week, and I wish you a great remainder to today and a beautiful, optimistic, healthy, happy, prosperous, and a successful week. And always know I stand in this circle of love and light for you, and I'll see you soon, my beautiful, beautiful Aries.